round of the warm-up. So make sure you have some space from side to side. And we're going to shuffle 2 to the right and touch. Shuffle 2 to the left and touch. You get a little squat in there. If you just want to shuffle and take out the touch, that's okay too. Otherwise, warming up those legs early. And with the 50 seconds, 5-0, you really have plenty of time to warm up and get the blood going. So you don't have to go super fast or rush through it. We're only doing it once at this length. When you touch down, try to keep your chest up. Whew, we're done with that one. Heart rate's up already. So the next one, we have our inchworms. So we're going to squat, walk the arms out to a plank position, walk the arms back up, stand, and then arms up. All right, that's our go. So squat down, walk out to a plank, walk back up, stand, and stretch the arms up overhead. And again, this is a long one, so take your time. Walk out nice and far on the hands. Stretch up. Looking good. We have about 10 more seconds. All right, nicely done. So our next exercise for the warm-up is a jack. So we're still in warm-up mode, so you can reach out one side at a time. Or if you want to, you can do a full jumping jack. You can pick, or you can do a combination. A few more seconds. There we go. Focus on opening the arms up big and wide. And if you're doing the full jack, landing on the balls of your feet. Up there. We got it. Ooh, we made it. No more jumping jacks. So the next exercise, we're going to start almost like an inchworm. So we're going to walk out into the plank, and we're going to row twice on each arm, and then walk back up and stand. So it's an inchworm. So this time, we're going to row twice on each arm before walking back up. Last warm-up exercise before we get going. Good job. And reach. About 15 more seconds. So that was the end of our warm-up. So I see a couple of you just logged in. Welcome to Circuit. We're going to do a descending pyramid. So first round the longest, 50 seconds, 20 seconds rest. Then we'll do around 40 seconds, 30 seconds, and 20. So we're going to start out with both dumbbells. So grab a pair of weights. And this is our long round. So this will take the most endurance, but then it gets shorter from here. So with our weights by our side, We're going to squat down. We're going to curl, and as we stand up, we're going to press up and overhead. So squat down, curl, stand up, and press. So give yourself some time. The first round is always a good time to practice and get comfortable with the movement. With 50 seconds, we don't have to go fast. We're just learning here. Looking good. All right, 20 seconds rest. Next movement, I have my right foot forward, left foot back. Both knees are bent. I'm going to deadlift and then row. So deadlift, row. Knees are bent the whole time to protect my back. When I'm deadlifting, I feel a stretch in my hamstring, and that's our go. So remember, long interval, you have time to practice. So after you deadlift, pull the elbows back and squeeze. Keep that leg bent in the front. You don't have to touch the floor, just reach far enough that you feel a stretch in the hamstring and that glute. 10 more seconds. Good job. So we're going to switch to left foot forward, and we're going to keep the deadlift. So the same movement on the bottom, but then we're going to curl at the top. So instead of a row, it's a curl. The left foot forward, right foot back. Front leg's bent. That's our go. So deadlift, emphasis on the left leg, and then curl at the top. So I'm doing more of a hammer curl. So my hands are neutral, meaning my fingertips are facing my ears. I don't have an underhand grip. So you can do whatever version of curl that you like. So again, we're really emphasizing that left hamstring, that left glute as we reach. Controlling the movement. Keep the front leg bent. Our longest round, we'll get shorter after this round. Whew, well done. All right, so the next one, we have a front to lateral raise. So my knees are slightly bent. And we go side, front, and we're going to alternate the two movements, trying to keep it nice and fluid. All right, that's our go. So try to minimize pauses between the two. This will probably be our most challenging round because it's the longest. Remember to breathe and try not to swing the arms. Try to make the shoulders and the core do the work here. So I'm going up to about eye level for each movement before coming back down right in front of my body. Looking good. Stay with it. Great job. All right. So the next one, we're going to go into our sumo squat stance. So legs apart, toes out. And the weights are just going to go down between our legs for the squat, and we're going to pulse and then go to a tippy toe. So it's a little pulse here, tippy toe at the top. If the tippy toe is too much, you can eliminate that part of the movement. That's to work our calves and challenge our balance. So even though the weights are coming down and in front of us, you don't want to lean too far forward. You want to pull the shoulders back and keep the weight in your heels. That will work your glutes more efficiently and keep you balanced. My hands are down low. As I tippy toe, they come to my sides. And you can always do this without weights as well. Great job. So now we're going to come down to the floor for the next 2 movements. Keep both dumbbells. The first one's wide, narrow chest press. So my arms are wide. Then I push my hands together and press. Bring them apart and press. And I bring my hands together and press. So that's our go. We're just alternating wide press, hands together press. If that's too confusing, just go with one variation. We're working our chest here. And if you want to, you can add a glute bridge where you bring your hips up off the floor. You do whatever feels good right now. This is our longest interval. Try to not stop. Just a small pause at the bottom and top of every rep. Good job. We're almost there. All right, we're going to stay down. We're going to keep both weights, and we're going to do that dumbbell pullover. So both hands are pressed together. I'm going to go back to the floor, then back up over my belly button. If you want to challenge, you can glute bridge, which means hips up. If you want a super challenge, you can try to balance on one leg while doing these. So you pick the level. So arms up and overhead. Arms are slightly bent. And usually we do this with one dumbbell. Today we're doing it with 2. So it might feel a little tougher, especially if you're in that glute bridge or single leg bridge. If you're doing single leg, feel free to switch legs every few reps. Good work. Don't hold your breath here. Keep it going. All right, we're going to come back onto our feet. Now you just need one dumbbell for the next few moves. You can put one dumbbell to the side, out of the way. We're going to start in a wide stance. The dumbbell's in my right hand. So feet nice and wide, sumo stance. So I'm going to squat and then upright row underneath my chin. So pulling that elbow up nice and high. When I squat down, my weight touches the floor. You don't have to squat that low. And when I pull up, I have to be careful not to hit my chin. So this is called an upright row. It works the front of your shoulder. It's also a great core movement. So one arm only. We're sticking with it the whole 50 seconds. So pace yourself. Remember, sit back in the heels. Try not to lean too far forward, even though the weight kind of pulls us forward. Great job. Now we're going to switch that weight to the left hand. Feet are going to come closer together. They don't have to touch, but it's going to be a more narrow stance. And this time we're going to do a narrow stance squat to an overhead press with the left arm. So the same muscle is going to be worked. But excuse me. Narrow squat.
There's a delay in all of your video, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's everybody.
Okay, yeah, I keep getting a message on my screen that my internet connection is intermittent. So I don't know if our building's having a problem today with internet. It might be.
You're freezing up, and then I've been trying to do it by your description,
okay.
but it's not being continuous.
Okay.
On mine it says vessel bandwidth is low, so I'm
Okay.
getting your audio, but I'm not getting your video. You're frozen in time.
Okay. Not sure what to do about that, except if I were to restart the whole program and have everybody re-log in. Otherwise, sometimes our building doesn't get the greatest internet connection, and we have problems with our internet at times. So,
What's
not really
best
sure
for
what to
you?
do about that.
Do you want to just continue, or, I mean, it's workable. It's not great, but it's workable.
Yeah, it's up to you guys. Do you want to try to keep going and see if it gets better? Because otherwise, I don't know how to fix the internet.
Yeah, I'm game if you just want to describe a little more, and then, but because that's what I was going on, was more your description, like your arm up and that sort of thing.
Okay, we can try that. Yeah, otherwise, I feel I'd probably have to maybe stop Zoom and then re-log in, but then all of you would have to log in again too.
Yeah, I've done it 3 times already. And
Yeah.
it's messing up.
Okay. It's probably our building's internet today, unfortunately, but we'll try to keep going and see what happens.
Okay.
All right, thanks guys.
Sure.
Okay, so for this one, I'll restart it. So this one, legs are close together, so it's a narrow stance squat with the shoulder press, the weights in my left hand, and we're still on the 50-second interval, getting towards the end here, before we take a quick break and get some water. All right, so narrow stance squat, and then left arm press overhead. So legs are sitting back even more since our feet are closer together for the squat. And then arm goes up and over in a traditional shoulder press with the left arm only. Find a steady breath here. As I squat, my arm is low. As I press, my arm goes up and over my head toward the ceiling. All right, nice work. So the next one's a squat swing. So we're going to grip the top of the dumbbell with both hands. Feet are wide, and we're going to sit back and swing the leg between our legs, and then let the weight pop over our heads. So make sure you have a really secure grip on the dumbbell. We're still just using one. All right, that's our go. So sit back, and then allow that dumbbell to come up and over. Looking good. Lean back in the heels. Let that dumbbell swing up. Try to find a rhythm here. And this is okay to use a little bit of momentum on this movement. Looks like everyone's doing it, so hopefully you can hear me or see me at some level. 10 more seconds. All right, so now we're going to come down to either a plank or tabletop position. You can stay on your knees or go up to your toes. And we're going to row one arm for 25 seconds and then switch arms for 25 seconds. We aren't doing the whole time on one side. I'll let you know when to switch. So knees or toes, that's our go. So pick one side, it doesn't matter which. And I'll tell you when to switch. So we're plank position, rolling with one arm. All right, go ahead and switch sides. So you're on your right, switch to your left, or vice versa. So you're in a plank or tabletop position. Throwing that elbow up and back. Just a few more seconds. All right, just a couple more long intervals. So this time we are on tabletop, so that means all fours on the floor. Weights in my right hand. I'm pulling my elbow up and back. And it's a tricep kickback, so my elbow stays pulled back the whole time. And I'm pushing back to my elbow. If you want the challenge, you can try to balance on that same leg. So I'm kicking back with the right arm, and I'm trying to balance only, but that's not mandatory. You can stay down on both knees. And we're going to stay the whole 50 seconds on this one side, so it'll really burn by the end. Again, that elbow is pulled up and back. You can feel your triceps, so the back of your arm. Keeping the elbow pulled up the whole time. Woo, take a break. We're going to switch sides, do the left arm, and then we're going to decrease our interval length. So I'm still in a tabletop. I'm going to pull my left arm up and back, and then extend back to my elbow. For the extra challenge, you can try to balance on one leg. And we're here the whole time. So really pace yourself. This is our longest interval. Again, keep that elbow pulled up and back. The elbow is not going to lower. And you're extending back through the tricep. Keep it going. We're almost there. All right. Water break. So take a quick break. We're going to decrease our intervals. So I'm going to change the timer. Is the video getting any better?
It's still a little slow, but
Okay.
but descriptions are good, and we can
Okay.
catch.
Okay, thanks for letting me know. We'll keep chugging along. Hopefully now you guys kind of have an idea of the movements. We're going to be doing the same thing, but the interval is just going to go down to 40 seconds. So thanks for hanging in there. I'm just going to change the timer really quickly. Okay, so for this round, we're doing all the same exercises, but it's 40 seconds on. We get to keep the same rest, though, at 20 seconds, so that's nice. So, I think I got rid of the rest. We need that. So use this extra time to grab a drink. Okay, now we're all set. I guess I can't talk and set the timer at the same time. So we're going to start back with 2 weights, 40 on, 20 off. So grab both dumbbells, and we're in our squat position. So hands by the sides, we're going to squat down, curl in the squat, and then stand up and press overhead. So hands by the side as you squat, curl, then press up and over. So when you squat, sit back, hands by the side, curl both arms, press both arms overhead and up to the ceiling. All right, we're already done with that one. 40 seconds goes by a lot faster, and we get to keep our 20 seconds rest. Next exercise, we're going to stagger the feet. Right foot forward, right leg bent. We're going to go and reach down into a deadlift. And then row the arms back after we stand. So single leg deadlift with both feet on the ground, emphasizing that right leg. And then as you stand, pinch the elbows back together to row. So try to find a steady pace here. If you want to go a little bit harder in this short interval, you can. All right, we made it. Already done with that one. So we're going to do something very similar. So this time, left leg forward, right leg back. We're still going to do the deadlift, emphasizing the left leg. But this time, when we stand up, we're going to go into a hammer curl, which is a curl with the fingertips neutral, no underhand grip. So left leg deadlift, hammer curl at the top. Good work. Looks like you guys are doing it correctly, so hopefully you can hear enough or see enough to get the movement. All right, we're done with that one. So now we have our lateral to front raises. So both knees slightly bent, shoulder width apart. We're going to raise both arms out to shoulder height, and then both arms out in front. So eye level each time, 40 seconds, that's our go. So try to minimize rest here, and try not to swing the arms. Try to make the shoulders and the core do all the work. Try to take the leg momentum out of it if you can. Already halfway. Each time, try not to go too much above eye level on these. And take some deep breaths. Nicely done. All right, so now we're in a sumo squat stance, so legs wide, toes pointed out. We're going to squat down with the weights down in front of us. And as we come up, we're going to go on our tippy toes. It's also a squat pull, so that means when you're down in your squat, you give a little bounce. So squat pull, then tippy toe raise. Remember, you can eliminate the pull or the toe raise to modify. And sit down and back in your heels, pushing the hips back. And you really work those glutes, that pull. You're down there for an extra second or so. Don't let the weights drive you too far forward. Pull the shoulders back. Sit back in the heels. Nicely done. Okay, now we're down on the floor. Keeping both dumbbells. We have our wide press to narrow press. Laying on our back. Knees bent. Hips can be down or up, and we're alternating wide and narrow press, or just pick one. That was our go. So arms together, arms apart, working our chest. Hips can be up or down from the bridge position. You got it. That's it. So we're going to stay down on the floor. We have a 2 dumbbell pullover. So I'm pressing my hands together. I'm going to reach back and touch the floor, then come back over to about belly button level. And you can bridge your hips up, which means press your hips up, or you can leave them down, or you can try single leg balance as you do this. If you're doing the single leg, feel free to switch legs as needed. If this feels tough, it's because we're using both dumbbells. Normally we do this with one. So glue those hands together. Reach back up and over. All right, done with that one. So now we can set one dumbbell to the side. We're just going to use one dumbbell for the next few exercises. Back on our feet. Squat position, dumbbells in my right hand. So we're going to squat down. Weight comes low between the legs. And then I'm going to row the dumbbell up and underneath my chin in a high row chicken wing position. So squat, high row, right hand only. Elbow comes up towards the ceiling. Pretend there's an invisible string on that elbow pulling it up. Nice and high. If you're feeling good, you can work on your pace here. All right, that's it. So now we're going to bring the feet close together, narrow squat stance, and then we're going to switch the weight to our left hand. This time we're going to squat down and then press the weight up and over our head. So it's a narrow squat. So elbow stays low as we squat, and you're going to push that arm all the way up and over to a single arm press. So in that narrow squat, you really have to focus on pushing those hips back behind you to account for keeping your knees behind the toes. So as you squat down, arm is down. As you stand up, arm presses up and over. A little bit of coordination here. Looking good. All right, now we're down in either a plank or tabletop position. We're going to do a single arm row. We're only going to do 20 seconds per arm. I'll tell you when to switch, so you can stay on the knees and row with one arm, or you can go into a high plank, and it will be 20 seconds per side. That's our go. So pick a side, it doesn't matter which, and pull back with the elbow, not the hand. This is a really big core burner. Remember to breathe. All right, go ahead and switch sides. Already halfway. Five seconds. Great job. So now we're back on the feet, still with one dumbbell. Firm grip on the top of the dumbbell. I call this the basket grip. So an underhand grip. Feet are wide. We're going to do a swing. So we're going to sit back in our squat and then swing that dumbbell up over our heads. Make sure you have a good grip. That's our go. So it's 40 seconds. If you're feeling good on this one, you can work on your pace. Remember to sit back and down. And on this exercise, it's okay to use momentum. You want to feel fluid. And it should feel like a nice stretch in the back of your legs. Looking good. All right, just a couple more, then we have break. So we're back down on the tabletop position, all fours. And we have our tricep kickback. So we're going to pull the elbow back and then extend back through the arm So the elbow stays up and back the entire time in our tabletop. If you want to make it tough, you can try to balance on one knee as well. Otherwise, just focus on that tricep extension. 40 seconds this time. We're going to stay on the same side the whole time. So pace yourself. This one really burns the tricep. So this is the back of our arm that we're targeting here, as well as our core if you're balancing on one leg. Whew, we made it. All we have left is the left hand, and we have a water break, and we're going to decrease our time. So go ahead and get set up tabletop, and it's going to be the left hand. Get ready. All right, and then again, if you want a challenge, you can also just try to balance on that left knee. So pull the elbow back, keep the elbow up, and you're kicking back with that left arm, really isolating the tricep. Remember to breathe here. It's natural to want to hold your breath in some of these positions. All right, rest break. And we're going to decrease our interval. Are you guys still with me? Okay. All
My
right.
video started working again when you said chicken arm or chicken leg.
All right, that's the magic phrase, chicken leg, chicken arm. So now we're going to decrease to 30 seconds, but we get to keep the same rest. So 30 seconds work, 20-second rest. So make sure that you're still going hard. We can go a little faster because it's less time, but we still have a long rest. All right, so go ahead and grab both. 30 seconds this time. So we are going to squat down, curl, and as we stand up, arms press up and over. So squat down, curl, shoulder press at the top. Gonna feel short compared to those first couple rounds. So hopefully now, already there, rest. Hopefully now if I lose you, you'll know the movement enough to catch up. So now we have our right leg forward deadlift. We're gonna bend that front leg. We're gonna reach into a deadlift and then row. So pulling the shoulders back at the top. So right arm deadlift and then row with both arms at the top. My left leg staying on the floor to help balance me. So remember, it's shorter this time if you want to go a little quicker. If you're feeling comfortable in the movement, you can maximize your reps. All right, great. We're going to switch sides. So now my left leg's forward, right leg's back. I'm going to do the same motion at the bottom. This time I'm going to curl at the top. So both arms are curling. So go ahead and get in your ready position. Emphasis on the left leg and that front leg. So you're going to deadlift and curl. Keep that front leg bent. You feel it in your hamstring and glutes. Whew, we made it. All right, now we have those lateral to front raises. So feet come together or slightly apart. Lateral to front, and we're going to try to minimize rest. We still have our 20 seconds rest. All right, that's our go beep. So if you couldn't finish the 50 seconds or the 40 seconds, let's try to keep the 30 seconds going continuously. And work on your breathing here. Good. Done. So now we're in sumo squat stand. So feet are wide, toes are out. Arms come down in front during our squat pulse. And then you can add that optional tippy toe to work the calves at the end. So kind of holding my weights at the top here, letting the bottom hang down. So squat pulse, tippy toe. Getting down and back to the heels, pushing the hips back. Remember, you can take out the pulse or the toe raise if that's too much. Just a couple more seconds. Good job. Down the floor, both dumbbells. Knees bent, we're gonna do a narrow press to a wide press. And we're gonna alternate the two. Hips can stay on the floor or hips can raise up into a bridge. That's our go. Looking good. We're almost there. All right, stay low. So stay down on the floor with both dumbbells. We have our pullover. You're gonna press both hands together, reach out and back behind your head, and then pull back over belly button level. You can keep your arms slightly bent. You can bridge here. You can even do a single leg bridge. That's our go. If you're on one leg, switch out as needed. Ooh, all right, now we just need one dumbbell. So you can put one dumbbell off to the side out of your way. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna have the dumbbell in our right hand, feet wide. We're gonna do a squat to an upright row. This is the chicken wing one, so wide squat and then elbow up, pulling it to the sky, and then arm comes down for the squat next to your right leg. Looking good. All right, switching the weight to the left hand, narrow stand squat. This time we're going to do a shoulder press up and over. So feet closer together. So this time in our squat, we really have to push our hips back. Deep breath. All right, come squatting and then pressing up and over, left arm only. So just the left side. And if you feel good here, you can work on a little speed. Great job. So now we're down in tabletop on all fours or in a high plank. We have our single arm row. We're only going to do 15 seconds per side. So I'll tell you when to switch. So start with whichever arm you want for the row. Get ready. Go. So pull back with the elbow. Nice and high. Knees or toes. And switch. So go ahead and switch sides. All right, back up on our feet. We have our squat swing. So two-hand grip, basket grip, if you will. So I have my hands interlaced underneath the top of the dumbbell. If you have a smaller dumbbell, you might just have to grab it with both hands to get a firm grip. We're going to sit down and back in our squat and then pop the weight up and over the head. So we are using momentum here, nice and fluid. One big movement. You'll feel it in your legs all the way up to your shoulders. Again, you can work on a little speed here if you want. Tabletop, so all fours. We have our tricep kickback. So pulling the elbow back and extending through that arm with an optional balance on the right knee. All right, 5-second countdown. Here we go. And we're, stay on that side the whole time. We're going to have sore triceps this weekend. Ten more seconds, here we go. All right, and we're going to do the same thing, left side, with an optional balance on the left knee. Get ready. All right, that was our go. If you're struggling, think about keeping that elbow close to your side body. One rep at a time. All right, grab a quick sip of water. So we're getting a little bit short on time to do another round. So we'll just do a quick burnout. We're going to change the interval to 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. And we're just going to do a few more exercises to round out the workout, and then we'll do our cool down. So we're going to focus on more of the leg exercises just as a quick finisher. So go ahead and grab both dumbbells. And it's only going to be a 20-second on, 10-second rest. All right, so both dumbbells. We're starting back with that first exercise again, squat, curl, press. But this time working for speed with our 20 seconds. We aren't doing the whole series this time, just a few select moves. And that's your rest already, pretty quick. Now we're going to do our sumo squat pulse, but here's the kicker. We're not going to come up, we're going to stay in our pulse. So that's our go. So we're just down here pulsing the whole time, really burning out the legs. Halfway, stay low. 3 seconds. And coming back up. Good. Now we're going to do a 2-arm version of this one. So we're going to squat, upright row. That's our go. So both arms. Chicken wings, both sides. So sitting down and back. Both arms. All right, let's try a 2-arm swing next. So feet might have to go extra wide to accommodate for space. Both arms down. We're gonna swing. So really take your time. You have to control both arms, but it's only for 20 seconds. 5 seconds to go. Whew, we made it through that one. All right, next one, we're gonna try a double deadlift to row. So keeping both dumbbells, we're gonna reach forward, feet are even, and then row back. So reach forward in front of us, knees bent, and then double row back. So slight variations in all the moves we just did. Just a nice little finisher. All right, done with that one. Let's do one more round of lat to front. 20 seconds only. All right. Last time, Steve. Done. All right, and then last move of the workout, we're gonna do a double squat to press. So arms up here at the shoulders. We're gonna squat down and then press up overhead. The last weighted move, we're just gonna go into a cool down after this one. All right, all done with the weights. So grab a quick drink, you can put the weights to the side. We're gonna go into a cool down. I'm gonna turn the timer off for the cool down. So as soon as you grab a drink of water, we're just gonna march. Nice and easy, no weights. Starting with a little march, just to keep the blood flowing. Try not to sit down even if you're tired. And then we're gonna slowly bring that march into an elevated knee. Big exaggerated arm swing. Opposite knee, opposite arm. So we're still working, but at a slower pace, no weights. Catching our breath somewhat. All right, and then from here, we're gonna walk the legs apart, and we're gonna do our arm crossovers, alternating which arm crosses over the top. And you can add a little heel rock here if you want to rock back and forth. We always end up doing a lot of core and shoulder work, so really stretch those arms back. Nice, big arm swing. Just kind of find a pace that feels good. All right, slow those arms down. We're gonna keep that wide stance. We're gonna sit down to a goddess squat. And if you can slightly stretch from side to side. It's okay if you're more like up here than down here. Just a nice inner leg stretch. Nice and easy. It still burns, but we're stretching. Go ahead and come on up. We're gonna stick the heel out, so we're stepping on the heel and sweep down, stretching out the backs of the legs that we worked in our deadlifts. Nice, easy pace. Stretching through the hamstrings, so make sure you're extending through the heel. You feel it in the back of your leg. And as you stretch, you can reach through and sweep. All right, last cool down move, just big arm circles up and back. One more shoulder stretch for the day. Oh, quick announcement. Today I'll be sending out an email with all of our Zoom links in one document. That way, now that you guys are used to this schedule, we can eliminate the number of emails being sent out every day. And you get one calendar with all the links. The links remain the same week after week. There won't be a sit strong class on Monday because of the holiday, but I believe Denise is still doing her Monday meditation. Otherwise, next week's schedule remains the same. All right, you guys, thanks for sticking it out with the internet issues. Hopefully you still got a good workout.